TV. News Center 16 and 11 starts now.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Joel Porter. Here are tonight's top stories. Firefighters in South Bend are hoping that a man is okay. They carried him out of a burning home this evening. They've got nothing but time because they're not going anywhere. A power outage strands passengers all over the country, including in South Bend. Plus, time is ticking for Congress to take a final vote on tax reform, but Senator McCain says he may have to sit this one out. New details this evening in South Bend. A man is in the hospital after he was pulled out of a burning house that happened on the city's southwest side. Talking about that case, the fire happened around 8 o'clock on Sunday evening in the 1500 block of Webster Street. Police tell us one person was at home at the time. He was unconscious when fire crews showed up. They sent him to the hospital. We haven't received an update on his condition, but a viewer sent us this video showing firefighters pulling what looks to be a dog out of the home. A neighbor says that she saw flames coming from one of the windows.
My mom was on the porch. She was cleaning off the windows because we just did some holiday decorating. And she happened to look outside and she heard some banging on the door. So she looked outside and then she yelled, "The neighbor's house is on fire." So I was like, whoa, what's going on? So, I came out here, and as you can see, if you look in that window right there, that's where you can see the flames.
We are told one other person lives in the home but wasn't in the house at the time. We still don't know what caused the fire. Some new developments to tell you about from Atlanta, where the airport was shut down. So within the last hour, we've learned that power has been restored in the atrium and at least 3 concourses at the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. That's good news for many travelers because it's a long night. An underground fire is to blame for a massive outage at one of the nation's busiest airports. The outage sent some flyers into panic mode and sent a rippling effect across the country. The power first went out around 1 this afternoon, and almost immediately the FAA had to put a ground stop at the airport. That meant that planes headed to Atlanta weren't allowed to leave their departing airport. Many videos like this one showing passengers maneuvering in the dark surfaced on social media this afternoon. They don't often see that. As we told you, many airports around the country were impacted, and that does include here in Michiana. Some travelers who were flying Delta were stuck in South Bend on Sunday. Their flights were canceled, so they have to try again in a few hours. News Center 16's Jen Cardone talked with some of those passengers. So Jen, I'm sure that news had to be a bit upsetting.
Yeah, they were upset, and understandably, especially because planes were standing still in Atlanta, and so were the people who were standing in line in South Bend. Strangely enough, though, many of the people I spoke to were rather optimistic, despite having to stay another night. As the bags come a-rollin', passengers are at a standstill at the Delta ticket counter.
We had flights delayed, but nothing having to stay nights anywhere.
Miracles are real, and they will believe it when we get on that flight tonight.
Yeah, she didn't leave South Bend tonight, unfortunately, but I admire her optimism.
Hey, why not? We've all been there. That was my Christmas last year. So tell us how many people were impacted coming and going and leaving the airport today?
So one of the Delta ticket agents that I spoke to said there were about 50 passengers per plane, and so far we totaled there's about 7 flights that were impacted, 6 of which ended up being canceled, so that's over 300 passengers that had to go through this.
It is a fiasco. Hopefully they can get it sorted out because I got to go through Atlanta going home next week. So,
oh no.
Fingers crossed. Let's hope they get caught up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jen. Well, happening tomorrow in South Bend, school district leaders will decide on the future of some of South Bend schools. The SBCSC board will vote on the Focus 2018 plan at their meeting on Monday evening. The plan includes a number of changes. That includes shutting down 3 schools, repurposing a few others, cutting staff, and changing start times. The plan would close Brown Intermediate, Green Intermediate, and Eggleston schools. Pearly Fine Arts Academy and Rise Up Academy would be relocated. The meeting begins at 5:30 in the evening. New information this evening. It appears Senator John McCain will miss the upcoming tax reform vote, but his doctor says he is responding positively to brain cancer treatment. That is good news. Earlier on Sunday evening, the senator's office said that he's flying home to Arizona. McCain was in the hospital for side effects of his brain cancer treatment. President Trump told reporters on Sunday that he spoke with McCain's wife, Cindy, and wished the couple well. McCain doesn't plan to return to D.C. until after the new year, but the president says McCain will return to Washington if Congress needs his help. The Senate and House vote this week on President Trump's tax bill. Republicans say they likely have enough votes to get it passed. Senators Marco Rubio of Florida and Bob Corker of Tennessee said earlier this week that they would vote for the bill. Well, on the weather front, we enjoyed another day above freezing, but any more 40s and we might be looking at green grass on Christmas Day. Cindy Clausen joins us from the Weather Lab. So Cindy, how is that Monday shaping up?
Well, Monday is going to be seeing some more melting of that snow because we will be seeing those temperatures in the 40s. I'll have more on your Storm Team 16 forecast coming up in just a little bit. Joel?
Thank you so much, Cindy. New tonight, a garage caught fire at a home in Osceola. This is a picture of the fire. Penn firefighters are called out around 1 on Sunday afternoon to the home near Jefferson and Apple Road. Firefighters say it took them about 15 minutes to put out the flames. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. So far, it appears that that fire was electrical. New this evening, the Carolina Panthers may soon be up for sale. This after Sports Illustrated reported that team owner Jerry Richardson has been accused of workplace misconduct. The Panthers say it takes the allegations seriously and is committed to a full investigation. Richardson says he doesn't plan to put the team up for sale until the season is over. Now on the latest allegations against another high-profile figure, Chris Matthews. The Daily Caller reports that a former co-worker says Matthews made inappropriate jokes about her in 1999. She worked as an assistant producer for the show Hardball with Chris Matthews at the time. The show aired on CNBC. An MSNBC spokesperson says that in 1999 the matter was thoroughly reviewed and dealt with. At that time, Matthews received a formal reprimand. Also new this evening, extra security guards are keeping a close eye on New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. Booker says that he's been getting death threats, but hasn't specified on what exactly was said. Both the U.S. Capitol Police and police in New Jersey are assigning more officers for security to watch over the Democrats. Senators and representatives are protected by police in D.C., but only a handful of lawmakers have full-time security detail. Still to come on News Center 16 at 11. Nobody likes getting pulled over. It's stressful and you're afraid you're going to get nailed with a ticket. But some people in West Virginia have never been happier to be stopped by the cops after they got a holiday perk.
You're watching WNDU TV, News Center 16 at 11.